beginners on doing this with IXL. So here's my notes on the left. There was another video of me doing all this stuff. What we're dealing with is systems of inequalities today. So there's two on a graph. And you might notice over here on the left, some of these aren't fully covered, but basically we're looking at two inequalities and there's sections that make them both true. That's solving a system. This first one I have, if I'm going to graph them one at a time, we've got to click a line. If x is greater than 7, I've got a vertical line at 7, greater than or equal to, I read that wrong. And x is also less than or equal to 9. That is, in order to switch the line, you do have to click the other color. I also have another vertical line. And we got to think about this. If we're shading, if things are bigger than the blue line, we are here and here. X's are greater than. However, if things are going to be less than 9, they're going to be over here and here. Now, we can't shade everything, so really when it's a system, we have to figure out what works for both. So the only spot of this that works for both is this section, is bigger than blue and less than purple. You're going to submit. Here we have a horizontal line. Y is, I'm going to think this is purple first, less than -5. So here's -5. It should be dotted, so we're going to have to click it. Whoops, I got rid of it. Okay. And x is less than or equal to -4. I know that means -4 is here. It's equal to, so it's solid. By the way, symbols are here. Now how do we shade? Well, we have sections that are going to be below the purple line, which is these two, but we need to also be below orange. So if we think about these two choices, we can't use both. Which one of these is also below orange? It would just be this one. It's going to be less than both versions. Over here, if you remember, when the lines are vertical, our less thans were shading to the left because those are actually smaller x's, and our greater thans were shading right. Okay, so now we're looking at a little bit more like a line we normally look at. Y is less than 7, horizontal line at 7. It is going to be dotted, right? Dotted, dashed. Second line, y is less than 10x minus 4. -4, we're going up 10, so that'd be an over 1. 4 plus 6 is 10, that's how I got there quickly. This is also dashed. So if we just pick one of these to think about shading, let's say we're picking y is less than 7. Shading wise, these are both areas that are less than 7, but we need only one of the corners, so that also has to be less than the purple line. This section is also less than purple, so this one is not part of our answer. Kind of like this over here where we had the double checks. Where is the spot that's true for both? But in these, we only leave the one choice. I'm gonna up the level and see what happens. Here we have two regular type inequalities. Green is coming first. We're starting at 2. Our slope is -10. It's going to be dotted. The blue line starts at the number 5. The slope is 3. It's also going to be dotted. Now where do we shade? So it's above green and below blue. So we could start with above green. Is this above green? Yes. Is it below blue? No. Is this above green and below blue? Yes. These lines look fairly similar. I'm going to see if we get more difficult. Oh, wow, there's 3. Okay, well, at level 60, we have 3, so let's do it. If first off, we've got y is less than or equal to 2. So we're here. It's solid. So that means we would be shading below. On the orange one, y is going to be greater than -4. That's dotted. So right now, if we're just thinking about these two, what's below purple and above yellow, orange? It's just this middle section right now. But if we also add in this one, we've got -7 and our slope is 10. So we're going to there. We want to be above this. So I'm going to think about this right now, and I'm just going to shade all, oops, I got to go back to here. So if I'm thinking about shading and I'm thinking about this, right, I'm just going to think about this one. These three sections are all above green. So if we're also going to add in being above yellow, it means that's got to go. Because now if we're just talking about these two, we're above green and above yellow. If we also have to be below purple, then that section goes away, and that's our answer. I messed up. What'd I do? I answered, where's the right answer? What did I do? Sorry, the correct answer is this what you guys are telling me when you're saying I did it right, but it marked me wrong? I can't really tell. 2, -4, 2, -4. That's -7 and 3. -7, 3, and dotted. I'm not sure. This to me seems like, again, I know people have sent me messages about you guys saying you did the right answer and it said wrong, and I'm kind of seeing the same thing. So that's frustrating. This backed me up a level, so I am going to go back up to this, and here's 2 again. Let me see if I can find another one with 3. Oh, these are challenging. Remember, if it's on the wrong side here, like this is not y is mx plus b. If we wanted to move this to the other side, it's actually going to become a -4. So this one would start at 7, and your slope would actually be -4. And if we think about this one, if we wanted the x to switch sides, we take it away. So we have the opposite for the slope. So we start on this one at 6, but our slope is -1. These are both dotted. So let's think about it. Blue, we're beneath blue. So think about beneath blue as both of these. But also we need to be beneath the purple. So below. So this section's gotta go. Below. Submit. Phew. This one's kind of back to what looks pretty normal. Y is mx plus b. These have fractions. That's okay. We're going into the challenge zone right now. These ones would be more complicated if you're going to move stuff around, right? This would be the opposite slope, because if we'd add it, we're going to start at -8, but our slope would be 2. It's going to be solid or dotted because it's greater than. This one, when you subtract the x, that's only part of the way through it. You'd also have to divide by 9. So this one is tricky because -63 divided by 9 is -7. Oops, I gotta change lines. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Right? And then the slope would be actually -1 over 9, because this would be -1 over 9, and that's also supposed to be dotted. And if we're thinking about above, shading wise, that would be the section that's above both. And so they get a little harder. I think that's it for now. I hope this helps. I also need to figure out how to stop recording. Let's see.